going on, guys? Today we got a Yamaha Big Baer 350, and we're gonna put a brand new cylinder kit on it, brand new top end, and see if we can get it running. So I guess just stay with us and we'll show you how to take it apart and put it back together. Let's go ahead and get these fenders on here. Get that out of the way like that right there. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get the gas tank out of the way. We'll grab a 10mm, 2 bolts here, and I think 2 at the front. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pull the muffler off here. Get it out of the way. We've got 12mm under here. And there's 12 right here, and there's supposed to be one back here that's pushed off. Muffler should slide off like that right there. Okay, well I got 2 12s right here in this top motor mount. Then there's 1 bolt that actually runs through the head under here. Get out.
Alright, how do you get it in there?
Oh, that one was tight. You get your bolt out like that. A little motor mount. Alright, I'm going ahead and unbolting this exhaust right here. It's put in with 2 10mm. I'll get that bolt out and get this out of the way. Alright, I got the bolts out of the exhaust. Got the flange right here, so I'll snake this up out of here. Now we're going to pull the crank rope cover off, and the timing chain cover, and the timing mark plug right here, and line everything up before we take the timing chain off. That way we can make it easier to put back in time. So we're going to pull the crank rope cover off right here. I think somebody forced them bolts in there. Let's get that off so now we can turn it by hand. Okay, it's got a 5mm Allen wrench right here. Let us get access to the timing chain, where we'll pull our timing mark out here and check it. Okay, so I got this plug out right here. Dang O-ring, make sure it comes off. Okay, down in this hole, there should be a T with a line.
Where's that socket we use?
There's fire right there. After the F with a line is the T with a line. T with a line in there. But right here's the time mark. There should be a mark on this gear. And I'm not seeing it. Oh yeah, it's right there. It's perfectly in time. It's just hard to see it. A little line lines up with that. So it's still in time. So yep. So we'll get the tensioner pulled out here. It's got 2 8mm. I'll go ahead and pull that off. Alright, right here's the tensioner. It's a zip style. Right here's the release for it. Ratchet style tensioner. Swerve chain's real loose now.
As far as it goes, tight.
How good that air does right there. Okay, I got the bolt out. So, gotta pull this off right here.
Damn, that's a lot of fucking work for some 2-year-old blocks.
And get this gear out. Take this wire out here and tie it to the chain so it don't fall plumb in the bottom of the motor.
That might be on a different.
And now we got to get out these 2 Allen bolts, 4 head bolts. I think they're 14 millimeter.
I wonder where that
And
damn
so, see if I got the wrench.
Probably
It
right
fits
there where
right here.
that tool with them bolts are.
Okay, we're looking at a 6 millimeter Allen wrench for these 2. I'll go ahead and take them out first.
Nice.
So I'll get them unscrewed, then we'll move on to the head bolts. Alright, pay attention when you pull these head bolts out, because one of them is shorter, about 1 inch shorter than the other one. The shorter ones go on that side of the engine, the side where they're lower down on the head. Yeah, on the right side. Well, some of them's black, some of them's green.
So the 2 black ones are going on the left.
Well, no, it's one short black one and one short green one. I think the black one's where the oil pump vein is.
You in my bar?
I got it.
So it's like clay.
So where now the head should come out of here, hopefully.
Probably had to pull that top off. No, piston's down. You love that.
Maybe we can get it out of here. There's a snaker around there. Well, valves look good. So then we got 1 Allen wrench screw down here. It's going to be the 5 millimeter down in there. Okay, got that bolt out. We'll go ahead and pull the jug off now. Pry on it a little bit. I got it.
Oh yeah. And they're good.
Piston's gone.
Yeah.
Cylinder's gone.
Yeah, if you look down in here, it's all galded to heck on this one side. And in there, if you can see it, basically galded the rings off one side of the piston and rent the cylinder.
You're right.
So yeah, that front side, there ain't nothing left in the piston on the front side. That's from over winding it, getting her wound up too high, and the pressure of that piston just pushing forward on that cylinder wall. That's what that's from. Spinning it, running too fast. It's junk. Whatever. I got the new parts over here. We'll go ahead and pull them out of the box. I'll drop a link in the description down there where you can get yours. Whatever, I just ordered them on eBay. I think they's like $88 after shipping and tax. So whatever regular price, like 60 bucks. Okay, right here's the box that we got the parts in. So we'll go ahead and open this sucker up. Right here you get your gaskets, and then set of rings, and right here we get the jug, and the piston, the wrist pin, and clips. Everything right there. So so we're gonna match it up here and see if it's the same cylinder, 'cause it should be. So basically I'll just take my head gasket here. I think somebody rebuilt this thing in a mud hole last time. But yeah, it looks exactly the same. I noticed it's a little beefier right here, but it's probably gonna work good. So right here, there should be a dowel pin and an O-ring. This is the oil vein slot. So the dowel pin and O-ring is still in the engine over there.
Anything over?
But whatever, flip it over, take the old head gasket, and basically just line that up. And all the holes are matching up, so we should be good to go. All the fins and everything look the same. So I noticed this cylinder is thicker than that one, but should be all good. So we'll get her bolted together. So first thing we're gonna do, so we got our piston right here, new piston. We're gonna have to put a clip, a circlip in one side, the side that's easier to get to. Probably gonna be the right side of the ATV. We'll put the clip in the left side. So, because that's the side with the timing chain. We'll go ahead and put the rings on here. So right here you got your rings. And these things do go a certain way. So I'll show you how they go if I can get them open here. Okay, so the one you're going to start with is going to be the crinkly ring. That's your center oil ring. So you put it in the lower groove at the bottom down here. The very last groove, the big wide one. Make sure it ain't overlapped. And then there should be two paper thin rings, like these right here, paper thin. Okay, what you're gonna do is you're gonna put one of them on each side of that crinkly ring. So you just basically put it right here like that, and this will be the top side, and walk it around. Let it go in there. Then put the opening where the gap is. Put it opposite of that, on the opposite side, in the bottom side of that crinkly ring. And they should go in there and move nice and smooth. Nothing should be getting stuck. And be in there like that right there, where it's metal ring, crinkly ring, metal ring. Okay, then you go to the two compression rings. You got one that's solid black, and you got one that's got a chrome outside. And they also have a word right here on the top. That means the top side. So this is going to be the second ring. The solid black one goes in the second groove on the piston with that letters facing up. So you just stick it in there like that, and basically work it around here and try not to break it.
Snap.
So yeah, you get it in there like that. These things are hardened steel, so they'll break real easy if you pry on them. Get it in there like that. I like to line mine up with the wrist pin hole, so there'll be one gap on this side, one gap on this side. So next ring, like I said, you got that word. I don't know if y'all can see it, but there's some letters right there. Silver outside, we'll put it on there next. Just basically just walk it around the outside of the piston and clip it on like that. Put the gap right there is where I'm gonna put it. They're supposed to be like that, towards the front, one towards the back edge right here.
I'm bored.
Okay, so where we got that, and then we'll get one of our circlips. Okay, this arrow on top of the piston is going to point towards the exhaust or the front of the ATV. So basically you want to put the clip in this side, the first clip. So I get the clip out right here, circlip. You take it, and I like to put mine in at the bottom and take my thumb and just push the top in. And stick your finger through the middle and get it in there like that, and it should be locked in all the way around. So after that, we'll go put it on the rod and get the old piston off. Alright, I'm going to pull this clip out right here. Get it out right here with my pick. Hopefully it don't hit me in the face. There it goes.
Don't lose them. You might need one of them if we lose one of these new ones.
And normally you keep up with that one. We got some new ones. And I'll get a extension. Grab something and peck that pin out on the other side.
Is it moving?
Yeah, it's coming out. Right. And,
Oh, yeah, my socket, my extension.
alright, there's your piston. And there's the damage right there. It is completely roasted off that other side.
Some shit.
Whatever, I got the old gasket cleaned off, got the new one stuck on there, set my dowel pins back in there. So I'm going to go ahead and put my new piston on with the arrow facing forward. Basically just put it in there, put the damn pin through the rod. So we're going to come over here, we got a wrist pin drove in, I got my clip. So basically I'm going to stick it in the bottom down here and pry against the top half, slip it in there, and it clicks just like that. Grab this jug with a cylinder. Right here I got the dowel pins put in the top of it. We'll get this over here. That piston and start these rings in here. Now you gotta be real careful not to break your rings or pinch your ring. And once you get them started, they'll go on up in there. They can be a pain. Okay, whatever, got the ring started. Like I said, you gotta be real careful. I'm gonna watch these little thin oil rings. And I'll probably get my pick and or a flathead screwdriver and poke them in there. And they're a tight fit. They didn't give you much of a taper on this cylinder.
Tell me.
What? What is it?
I didn't say it. I couldn't hear it.
Well, they was talking about something.
Okay, there we go. There we go. You shouldn't have to force nothing real hard. It should go together fairly smooth once you get all your rings started. I'm gonna pick my timing chain up and slide my cylinder over and work it down in there. Make sure it lines up on all the dowel pins. And it should tap on down in here. It's a little tough getting them dowel pins in there. Sometimes I've had to take them out because it wouldn't go over them. So now she's bottomed out. So now we'll work on setting a new head gasket on there. Where there's a rubber O-ring here, around that dowel pin, and where this one don't have O-ring. Okay, like that right there. And now we'll get the head set on there. I'm gonna go ahead and put the timing chain guide in now. Okay, I got the timing chain guide there, and now we'll get the head. I'm gonna go ahead and clean the bottom lid up real fast. All right, we're gonna go ahead and set the head back on here. Got the gasket on. Slide it through there. There we go. Once you get all that timing chain guide, just make sure it plugs in the slot in the head. Make sure your head gasket stays center under there, and line up your head with your dowel pins. I took the timing chain and the wire down in there so it wouldn't be in the way. we go. Lined up on the dowel pins. Now I'll go ahead and drop my head bolts in. Like I said, these two are the long ones. These two are the short ones. The black one is going to go in the, what is it, the back right corner, because that's the one that has been running in the engine oil. That's why it's black. The other short one goes on the other right side at the front. And make sure all your copper washers, see, some of mine was stuck to the head, and some of them wasn't. Okay, well, I got the head bolts in there, and now you got these two Allen headed bolts. One goes there, and the other one goes right here. And I'm gonna tighten all that up, torque it to the specs, and I'll come back when we go to set the timer. Alright guys, I got my line with the T lined up. I went ahead and set the chain on the gear and set it back on here. This line is lined up with that little triangle right there, straight up and down sort of. Make sure all your slack is on the tensioner side, which is going to be this side when you put it in time, because if it's over here it'll be like 3 teeth out of time. So you make sure all the slack's on this side, it's tight on that side, then set the timing. And wherever I'll get the tensioner put in and reset. To reset this tensioner, you put it in a vise and you take this nut out right here and pull the spring out, and then you take your thumb and hold this back and push this in. Hold this back, push this in, and it'll stay in without the spring in there. So I'll get that done and get it back in there. Okay, right here I got my tensioner gasket. You put the tensioner in there with a lock mechanism facing down. And we'll go ahead and get our two 8mm bolts. They're right here. And put back in the tensioner. Alright, right here I got my spring and the bolt that goes back in the back of the tensioner. So you go ahead and stick that in there and push it in, and you'll hear the tensioner zip as it comes out and pushes on the chain. And take a 12mm wrench and just tighten that back up good and snug. You want to wait till the tensioner's in. So now I'm going to put the bolt back in the cam gear. That way I wouldn't have jumped the timing chain trying to tighten the bolt up. So I got it right here. It's the one with the weird washer. And just run it back in there. Alright guys, I'm back down here at the Yamaha. In the last clip y'all seen we got the head set on there. After that I went ahead and reinstalled the timing chain cover and the timing cap plug. So now I'm just going to go ahead and reinstall the exhaust system and the crank rope cover. So I'll get the crank rope cover put on there. Alright, right here's our exhaust. I'm going to go ahead and snake it back through here like it was. Now you didn't have to remove the fenders to do this procedure. They was already unbolted by the owner of this machine, so I just kind of just set them off. But yeah, you snake it through there like that. Get it plugged back in there in the motor. And just take this plate and get the bolt started in it. This one had 2 tins, one on each side, the bottom and the top. Somebody drop a comment if they think those are the right bolts, because I'm pretty sure it's supposed to have these 5mm Allen heads screwed in there, but somebody done swapped them out with 10mm just regular bolts. But every Yamaha I've done in the past had, like I said, 5mm Allen key bolts going in there. Okay, right here I got my muffler. So I'm going to take it and stick it back through, plugging it back on the pipe under there. Just giving it a wiggle and a twist. Get it stuck back on there. And then, like I said, this one just had one 12mm right here, and there's supposed to be another one back here. But somebody already broke it off in the holes. So I'll get that tightened up, and tighten that, tighten the clamp, put the one in back there, and you should be good to go. Okay, you don't want to forget to install your upper motor mount that goes back in here, and should go in that direction with the hole further back. So it's just got one bolt and a nut and two 12mm bolts, are real short. You just slip it under here like that. Get the two top bolts started. Don't tighten them up yet. That way you can easily install this bolt back through the engine. Just stick it back through under here. If you tighten it up, it might get it in a bind. It'll be hard to get it in there. Alright, now I'll just tighten all them up. Alright guys, I went ahead and reinstalled the carburetor and the gas tank. I'm not going to put the fenders back on in this video because the customer's got to do some more work to it, and he's wanting to leave them off. So like it needs a solenoid replaced, and I think it's going to need a petcock and gas tank because it's dripping. But whatever, we was just doing engine work rebuild, so we're going to crank it up, make sure it runs good, and let it run for a good 30 minutes, break in the rings. And so without further ado, let's go and try to start her up. Dang, this thing's hard to start. It's just got too much compression and don't have enough amps over here. Try choking it. Oh, them Yamaha motors always sound rough. It sounds like something's wrong, but it's the starter clutch in there. One-way bearings. Hard to start. Not even one puff of smoke came out. Alright everybody, I hope this video was helpful. If you like it, you like my videos, go ahead and please subscribe down here. And go check out the flamethrower video. I'll probably put a playlist over here, something like that. So click on one of them. We do beaver dams, flamethrowers, rebuild four-wheelers. You know, just check out the channel and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000. Alright, peace out.